Well, hello there, and welcome back to the channel. As I had hoped, I have had an opportunity to come back to Deschutes Falls. Now, if you'll remember in the last video on Deschutes Falls, we were exploring around the falls and we got some pretty good pictures. So I thought today we would go above the falls and see what we can find. And judging by my reaction here, it's going to be pretty good, actually. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. It's really cool here. It's awesome here. You know, the last time I was here, this was completely different. There was a whole lot less water, and we didn't have any of this. So I'm happy because I'm going to be much happier trying to figure out shots where there is water as opposed to where there's not water. Turn you around, I'll show you what we got going on here. Okay, so I've kind of camped out here right in the middle of what we're doing here. So much good stuff, guys. Oh my gosh, all of this stuff up here is just crazy. These are Gary oaks, really kind of a rare tree. They grow around here a lot, but they don't grow, I don't know if they grow many places, but this is a really unique tree. Lots of moss. Lots of that dark green moss and light green stuff makes for great background. You can see over there, there's some color right there. So we've got the waterfall here. Not really a waterfall, but you can see right in here, we've got these beautiful greens. Look at the green, look at the way the water is eating out the rock and stuff. So just beautiful. We come down here. I think this right here is gonna be my first shot because you can see that little swirl of foam. I'm going to try to get like a quarter second or something like that and see if I can get that to show up. Anyway, other than that, I mean, look down here. Look at all this stuff down here. Look at all of this. And I can just make shots out of all this. You know, I can make shots around here. I have all of this wood around me. So, like I said, I think I'm going to start right down here with this shot here. I'll set up and I'll talk you through what I'm going to do, and then we'll move on up. Sunny and rainy at the same time. How about that? Okay, so my 50 didn't work simply because I couldn't get this involved, and it just didn't look right to be just that area. Didn't look right. So I've brought the wide angle out and I'm going to try to get that, but I've looked at that too, and it doesn't look like it's going to work for this either. It's just a tough shot to get all this in here and make it look right. That's what I'm finding right now. I'm going to go for the easy stuff. I'm going to go for the easy stuff because it's here. The light is pretty good, sort of-ish. But I'm going to go for the easy because I can go wide and I can include the falls over here and this area right here, and I can put this area in the corner, the lower corner of the image, and I can get that swirl to be in the lower portion of the image, and it'll just be a nice diagonal thing. Well, I guess in theory, this works. I certainly captured that swirling motion that I wanted to, but there's just something about this that I'm just not real crazy about it. I might even go so far as that I might want to reprocess it perhaps. But sometimes that's what you get when you go for the easy stuff, right? think we're gonna go over to another place here, guys. I'm kind of making my way over here by the river, but yeah, we've got some really, really lovely, wonderful gray clouds here. And this is just a wonderful part of the river now that I've got some water in here. Look at this. I might get back over here early morning, because with this much water in here, this is all, see, last time this was all empty, so there's just canyon here. So I was like, yeah, that's great, but you know, I wish there was water in here. Well, there you go, there's water. All right, so I'm gonna set up here and try to get this right back here with this gray and this light back here. Let me go ahead and do it quick. I'm not even gonna show it to you. I'm just gonna get it so I can catch the light. So if it works out, here it is.
Well, for those of you who are keeping score, you'll notice that the sun is no longer on that left portion of trees like it was when we just saw it. That's because as I was taking this image, I guess a cloud came over and it shielded the sun from that section. But what it left was that middle section of sun, and man, that's so cool.
All right, guys, well, I know this kind of looks silly. I have the radar dish on, and I'm doing handheld with the radar dish. It's pretty funny. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of playing with how the sun hits off of these masses of stone right here. And I like the way that it is going from light to dark to light on top of the second one there, and then over on the third part there, so all light as well. Dark up in here where all the trees are. So really for this shot, all I'm really getting is a lot of this strong foreground that I really love, and it's just making the background just kind of bleed out into darkness. And there's a tree right here that looks really, really great, that when the sun comes out, it catches it good. So that's what I'm going for as well. So all I'm doing now is I'm just hand holding, and we'll see what happens. The sun's getting ready to come back out, so let's go.
Well, you know, from afar, this image is interesting because of the shapes of the portions of the rock that the sun is shining on. And that's great. You know, but as you get closer, you start to realize that the shot is, you know, just kind of That's all I can say about it. I mean, it has potential, but this one,
Well, good morning. I had to leave. I wasn't able to finish for a couple of reasons, but I ended up leaving earlier than I wanted to. So I'm back. It's the next morning. It's about 9:30. You can't get in here till 9, which really bugs me because this is probably a really good place. Good place for early light, you know. Foggy, misty kind of early light. By the time it gets to be 9 o'clock, the sun's up and it's burned everything interesting off. So another reason that I have to come back is because a couple of those shots that I did yesterday, one I didn't get to talk about, two, I just shot them on JPEG. For some reason, I don't know why, but I switched from RAW to JPEG and I caught it. Actually, I saw the shot count and went, what? Wait a minute. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm shooting JPEG. So I'm not sure how that happened. I'm sure it's operator error, but I'll show you the one image now. I'll put it up. It's a nice image, and it's right over here where I'm going back to. So I'm going to try to get it again. I won't have the same circumstances, which is not great. but I do want to get it in RAW because you just can't mess with the JPEGs too much to get them to look. Even though I will have to admit, this one, I got this looking pretty good actually for a JPEG. You know, whatever. But anyway, we always shoot RAW, right? Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna make my way down to this upper part of the river here above the falls where I was yesterday. So we'll see what we get. Okay, come on. All right, guys. Well, I think I've got the the composition that I had yesterday. It's funny how things change, light changes, and you don't pay attention, and you go back to try to find a composition, and it's like, wait a minute, where did I stand? I don't know. Anyway, I think the water has gone down because I'm noticing a lot more quiet areas, so we're not going to have the same conditions even in the water from yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm at f/16. I'm just going to focus right here on these front rocks right here and get them sharp. We do have a light background, but it's not the same, so the conditions are not quite as good. That's the way it goes. You come back the next day and, well, forget it. You're never going to get the same conditions. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Right now I'm at 0.3 seconds. f/16, there's a lot of whitewater in here. There's a lot of whitewater down in the bottom right-hand part of my image, but that's okay. I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to probably do one more, which is right over here. You can see there's this beautiful cascade of falls coming down, and then it kind of comes down, and then it really beautifully falls over into another pool. I want to get that too. That's nice. So we're going to go ahead and get this. If it turns out, here it is. I hope you like it. And then we're going to move on, okay? Here we go. I've got something here that I like. I was talking about it before when I was doing the last shot. I have this two-tiered waterfall happening, and I don't think I saw this the other day because I think it was too much water. But since the water has come down some, it's made the falls a lot more conducive to getting a good photograph. Let's see if I can show you back here. I'm looking back into quiet places like this. See, quiet places like this have rapids and they have falls that are easier to photograph. So, and it's also, when I got the shot, it was out of the sun. But anyway, I've got my 50 on. I'll go ahead and bring you into the camera and we'll take a look at what we've got. Now, I've already taken this shot when the sun wasn't in here, so that's the shot you're gonna see, but I'm gonna take you through my composition because I think this one's gonna be a good one. So let's go ahead and talk about it right now, okay? So we're in focus, okay, we're in focus. All right, so love this. We definitely have some different light here, and I'm gonna go ahead and try this. I've taken another shot where the sun wasn't in here, but I'm interested to see how this works, especially because we have this light up here, this light here, this light here, this light here. We have this repetition of light. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that I don't overexpose it. See, that's too bright. I mean, you can tell from my blinkies that it's too bright. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it all the way down. I mean, we're talking 1/10 of a second, 1/8 of a second. Let's see what happens there. Here we go. I like that. I like that. Okay, if this turns out, I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to show you the one I got before. All right, here we go. Hope you enjoy them.
Let's actually do that the other way around. I'm going to show you the one that I shot just now last. Because as much as I like this image, I think I like this one a lot better. It's just something about that alternate light, dark thing that's doing it for me. You guys let me know down in the comments what you think. I'd be interested to know. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for me this time around. Please remember to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you want to support the channel, consider buying me a coffee. And until next time, happy trails.